I'd imagine that this video is going to lose me most of my subscribers. Come on, you should know by now. A game comes out and it's highly rated and critically acclaimed, and everyone on the planet and their dog loves it, and surprise bloody surprise, true review comes along with the opposite attitude, and everyone starts telling him how much of a terrible human being he is because he didn't like a game that they did. Now, I realise that this series is entitled Rant, but I usually like to add in some constructive elements, and also explore what I did like about the game in question too. So discounting the title of this series, I will start off by telling you what's great about this game. Just to give the fanboys something to chew on. Before this shitfest kicks off, I'd like to give you a quick overview of how I feel about this game. Do I love this game? Yes. Oh yes. Absolutely, and that's not even sarcasm. I genuinely do love Metal Gear Solid 5. There's so many likeable elements, and there's so much fun to be had here. Do I hate this game? Also yes. In fact, I hate this game to an equal amount in the way that I love it. This is a game that I both love and hate simultaneously. I really love Metal Gear Solid 5, and I'll go into why in a bit. But I equally f***ing hate this piece of shit, and I'll also get into why in a minute. And this poses me with a problem, because in one sense, I want to recommend this game, but in another, I want everyone to stay away from it. It's easily the best and worst game that I've played recently. If you're familiar with the Metal Gear Solid franchise, then prepare to be alienated, because this game has had a complete overhaul to the point where it feels like a different game. It really feels more like a hybrid between MGS Peace Walker and Far Cry 3. Peace Walker did a lot of things differently, but managed to get away with it because it was a small spin-off game. It was good, but honestly, from what I was hearing from other people, and I'm inclined to agree with them, is that whilst Peace Walker was fun, I'm glad it wasn't a part of the main series. The new elements that it brought in were pretty decent, but didn't really belong in the Metal Gear Solid series. The mother-base system detracted from its story-driven narrative and the side missions, and having to select your missions from a list just took us further away from a strong story, and just got us doing various random missions, most of which were rehashed versions of missions that you'd already completed earlier in the game. But, like I said, it managed to get away with all of this because it was a side game that complemented the main series, without taking over what makes Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid. Unfortunately, Metal Gear Solid 5 took all of that and went crazy with it. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, provided of course they improve upon the right areas. So did they? Well, yes and no, as we'll see. But let's look at what they got right first. Well, unlike before, where the gameplay is very linear, now we've got an open world, and you can go explore areas of Afghanistan and Angola. Each area is filled with loads of camps to capture, side missions to do, collectibles to get, upgrade parts and documents to find to allow you to get better shit. You can also use enemy vehicles and go driving about the place, or steal a tank and start blowing whatever the f*** you like up. There's limitless freedom in this game, and that's what I like about it. You're also given loads of different methods of approaching each mission too. You're decked out with a ton of weapons, all of which you can upgrade and develop yourself as you go. You're also given a buddy system, which allows you to take certain animals and characters into missions as well to provide you with support. And support is the key word here, because their job is to back you up, not take over the mission or get in the way, and it's nice to see a game get that right for a change. You can also call in other weapons and vehicles from Mother Base 2 to help you out, such as a miniature Metal Gear, or you can even call in your helicopter to firebomb an area, effectively clearing out a path to your objective. It truly does feel like a genuine world, and not a video game open world. Everything seems so realistic, and that's not a reference to the graphics at all. There's also the Mother Base section, which is brought over from Peace Walker. However, whilst I found it to be a bit of a beginner's trap in Peace Walker, mainly because it didn't really explain too well how it functions and how to maintain it, now it's very clear as to what to do, and developing weapons and upgrading your base is much easier this time round. You're also aware of what skills and stats each soldier on the battlefield has, meaning that you can pick and choose which ones you'd like to extract. The online mode is a nice idea too. I didn't really get into it, but I like that it's there. Basically, if you're playing online, you can invade other people's mother base and steal their resources and personnel, if you don't get caught. However, someone else can invade yours too, so you need to fight them off. I never really got into it, mainly because I hated having to constantly go back to Mother Base whilst in the middle of a mission because some dickhead is trying to steal my shit, but I like the idea in principle all the same. There, happy now? I've said everything I like about this game, so now get ready to eat shit. Now, whilst on the one hand, I love this game for all the reasons I've stated above, I also f***ing hate this game with a passion. As stealth open world games go, then it's probably one of the best, but that's only because we don't really have that many of them. As stealth games go, this one missed the mark by quite a bit in my opinion. Why are you trying to tell us that the emphasis here is stealth, when you're then giving us an attack helicopter that can level an entire village? How is that stealth? Oh what, it adds to the realism? Don't talk to me about realism please. Why is it that we've now got a Call of Duty style health system? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That's not realistic. MGS5 has gone for the realistic approach to stealth action, so whenever you get hurt, just go behind a wall and take a few breaths. Those bullets will come out themselves. What was wrong with rations? It worked fine in all other MGS titles, so why fix what's not broken? Oh, because using rations wasn't realistic enough for you? Can you honestly tell me that attaching a balloon to a knocked out soldier and airlifting him out of his guard post is realistic? If I wanted realism, then I'd go and join the army and not play a video game. Or hell, why couldn't they have just added in a better health system that you have to manage? Like, maybe collecting herbs and plants so you can treat certain injuries. Or maybe performing some battlefield first aid to broken bones. Or having to keep check on your mental stability whilst in the thick of it. You know, like in another game that comes to mind? I just came up with that as a random example of how to improve this game, and it's already there! In another Metal Gear Solid title. And what the f*** is up with the AI? They can't make their minds up if they're going to be super elite and intelligent marksmen with the senses of a bald eagle, or if they're just going to go over into the corner to derp derp derpy derp. The moment this game broke it for me was on Mission 36. In this one, you need to go and extract some Metal Gear walkers out of a small, but very populated camp. The catch is that you have to do this without getting spotted. If you get spotted, then you've instantly failed the mission. Unlike in previous MGS games, if you're spotted in this one, then it's instant hostility. The caution and hostile alert phases are still sort of there, but they're more along the lines of the AAA shit that you've come to expect these days. If you get spotted, then you'll get a reflex mode for a few seconds to sort things out, but once that's up, then the game is up, and that's when the gameplay becomes very interesting indeed, as 3 bullets later you're dead. Now the alert times really refer to when backup's coming rather than guard alerted status. Oh, and if one soldier sees you, then they all know where you are. Now, I tried again and again, trying different methods and tactics to do this mission, and nothing was working. I read a walkthrough which didn't work, and I watched several videos online to help me out. One came close, which used misdirection tactics, but the enemy kept looking around to my exact spot and seeing me. In one case, I climbed up on some rocks and saw 3 guards standing around my objective. Obviously, walking up to it wasn't going to help. So I threw a decoy down the hill so that soldiers could see it. I activated it, and as expected, the soldiers became a bit freaked out by it. Then, I swear to God I'm not making this up, one guard suddenly decided that he had X-ray vision and somehow spotted me through a solid rock. I was lying down, it was the middle of the night, I wasn't moving, and I was behind a solid object. And he spotted me and I failed the mission. It doesn't matter what planet you're from or how much of an experienced gamer you are, that's f***ing bullshit. And there were so many types of these moments, when a guard will walk past your hiding spot and for no rhyme or reason go, "Oh, what was that?" and then immediately turn around 180 degrees and point to a very specific and dark spot which you just happen to be hiding in. It's like the lighting and textures are there as an illusion. The enemy can see right through that shit, but you can't because you're the player. Other times, I'd crawl on the floor in broad daylight and then suddenly realise that I was practically crawling over the feet of a soldier who somehow managed to not notice me, even though I was being f***ing obvious. These moments didn't break the immersion, more than it took the immersion, soaked it in chlorine and then burnt it in a ditch. Then there's the story. The story is without a doubt the worst part of this entire game. We all know that MGS is well known for its crazy, over-the-top, world-saving themes, but the plot of this one never really gets started. You start off with one harrowing prologue, which is actually just one massive cutscene, practically, where you don't really do anything. It really does well at setting up for one hell of a ride, and it also really does well at getting you pumped up for the rest of the game. But then you get plopped into Afghanistan, round up some new recruits for Diamond Dogs, which is this game's replacement for the MSF, and then you'll spend the rest of the game extracting this guy, or eliminating this guy. That's all each mission is. Go here, find X and extract him. Or go here, find X and kill him. Or you could extract him as well if you'd like. The mission layout is so fucking bland and repetitive. The entirety of Chapter 2 consists of just the same missions you did in Chapter 1 but on a harder difficulty. Eventually, near the end of Chapter 1, the plot starts heating up as you find out about a new weapon that threatens to destroy mankind, but then that all gets resolved about 3 missions later. And by that time you finish the game. You destroy the newer version of Metal Gear, you kill Skullface, and then it's time for the credits. And then time for some more cutscenes. And then... wait. Chapter 2? Is that a DLC or something? Nope. You finish the game around mission 31 or something, and then you get the end of the game credits, and then the game keeps going. Peace Walker did this too, and I wish they'd pack it in already. Then in Chapter 2, you have to basically do all the same missions you've already done, except you get some different cutscenes as well. There is one mission that I'll leave out because it's quite a powerful scene and I don't want to ruin spoilers, but apart from that one, it's all the same. Speaking of spoilers, the main one makes no sense whatsoever. Again, I won't ruin it for you by telling you what it is, but let's just say that the plot twist itself ruins the entire thing for you instead. It basically devalues everything you've done so far up until that point. And from a chronology standpoint, it makes no f***ing sense at all, and all of the good stuff that we were hoping to see in this game didn't happen because it actually happened somewhere else. Oh well, maybe we'll get to see that in Metal Gear Solid 6. Or not, because Konami hates making games. Metal Gear Solid always has that "oh shit" moment in the plot where something shocking or dramatic happens, and you can always kind of sense it coming as you feel the tension in the plot rising. That doesn't happen here at all, so if you're looking for a good MGS plot, then keep looking. And how fucking long does it take to get from one side of the map to the other? You could just ride there, which is just not going to happen because it's a long way and it'd take forever. But getting there with the so-called fast travel system is a complete joke. Never before have I ever seen a fast travel system that takes this long to get anywhere. You've got to go to your iDroid, go to the missions panel, select support helicopter, select pickup, select your landing zone, hit OK, ride to the landing zone, wait for the helicopter to show up, wait for the helicopter to land, get on board, wait for the helicopter to take off, sit through a loading screen, select iDroid, select mission panel, select a mission that will get you close to where you want to go, select a landing zone, select OK, select what weapons and buddy you want to take with you, select the time you want to arrive at, hit OK, sit through another loading screen, sit through a pointless cutscene of Snake on the helicopter, wait for 20 fucking years for the helicopter to land, get off the chopper, and then ride the rest of the way to your destination. God, that's not fast travelling! In the Elder Scrolls, you open up the map, select the place you want to go, and done! That's fast travel! And you have to do this every time in Metal Gear Solid 5. Take fucking forever going from one repetitive mission to the next. That should be the subtitle to this game. Metal Gear Solid 5. Taking fucking forever going from one repetitive mission to the next. The AI is inconsistent. There are some really unforgiving difficulty spikes around, especially in the second chapter. Each mission is exactly the same as the last one, with the exception of a handful. The story is crap and the characters are uninteresting. At the end of the day, I feel that how you rate this game entirely depends on how you look at it exactly. If you look at it as being its own thing, being separate from the bigger Metal Gear Solid picture, and being the story of the rise and fall of Diamond Dogs, then this game is a real contender for Game of the Year, if not winning it hands down. But if you look at this game as being the next big installment in the Metal Gear Solid franchise, then you're probably going to rate this one at around 5, maybe 6 out of 10. As MGS titles go, then this one is an incredible letdown. It did a lot of things that no other MGS title has done before, and got it all almost right. But it also left out a lot of what made MGS good, and got most of what it did carry over wrong. But true, you shouldn't be comparing this to the rest of the series, it's its own thing. Oh sorry, my bad. I guess I got confused when I saw the fucking title of this game. And so, here's where I'm at. I can't decide whether to view this one in one way or the other. In fact, I think I'm seeing it from both sides of the coin, and that's why I say that I both love Metal Gear Solid 5 and hate it at the same time. I really really like this game, and I mean it when I say that. But in the same way that I love it, I hate it equally as well. So then, the conclusion. Can I recommend this game to anyone? If you've never played a Metal Gear Solid game before, or if you're not a fan of MGS, then I think my answer is yes. I think you'll really enjoy this game, providing of course you come under the stated criteria just then. However, if you're a huge MGS fan, like I am, then please hear me when I say, buy this game, but at your own risk. I'll still recommend this to you, but prepare to be let down big time. There's still a lot of fun to be had here, just not the kind of fun you were hoping for. If you were looking for another great Metal Gear Solid title, then I'm afraid you won't find it here. But if you want an enjoyable open world game that's focused on stealth, and then does things that defeats the point of having stealth like carpet bombing a town, then this game is right for you. So there you have it. A game that I hope I never have to play ever again, and I'm really looking forward to going back to it sometime. True Review out.
Sometimes I think this life is killing me. Sometimes I think this life is killing me.